Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. So much to talk about in this video. Nvidia is going to be having a big presence at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. That happens later in August, and that could possibly be the site of a GTX 1180 announcement. Also, EA Origin Access Premier has launched. If you guys don't know, that's EA's amped up version of the Origin Access program. Premier will give you access to all of EA's upcoming games early. And the first game that they're going to offer early is the return of Madden on PC. Madden 19 is coming to PC later this month, and we've got system requirements for that game. And remember, if you are an Origin Access Premier member, you'll get to play the game a little bit early. Yakuza 0 was officially released today on PC, so I want to give some insight on that game, why you should be excited for it, and why you should pick it up. And lastly, also EA related, there is some free Battlefield DLC being given out once again, Battlefield 1 DLC as well as Battlefield 4 DLC, so I want to give a mention to that. We'll get that out of the way right away. EA is giving away Battlefield 1 Apocalypse, Battlefield 4 Naval Strike, and Battlefield 4 China Rising. You can pick that up over on Origin. Again, as I've always mentioned, even if you don't own the games, just add it to your library, and then if you do pick up the games down the line, you will have that good to go. Battlefield 4 specifically, the DLC is very, very good, so if you do play Battlefield 4, you don't have the DLC, I would highly recommend you to take advantage of this, and the Battlefield 1 DLC is pretty good as well. All of it's free, so you have no reason not to check it out. It looks like EA is doing the best they can to wash out that stench Battlefront 2 left them with after the debacle that was that game. Battlefield 5 won't even be having DLC content. All of the additional maps will be absolutely free, so that's great, and now you can get the other Battlefield games maps for free as well. Moving on from that, Nvidia is going to have a big presence over in Cologne, Germany during Gamescom, and their event will take place on August 20th, and they put out a post saying this: "Join Nvidia GeForce to celebrate gaming ahead of Gamescom 2018, the world's biggest gaming expo. Gamescom 2018 runs August 21st to 25th in Cologne, Germany, and GeForce will loom large there. At our Gamescom booth, Hall 10-1, booth E072, at our partners booth, powering the latest PC games, and at our own off-site GeForce gaming celebration that starts the day before. The event will be loaded with new exclusive hands-on demos of the hottest upcoming games, stage presentations from the world's biggest game developers, and some spectacular surprises." Then they give some insight on how to join. The event will run on Monday, August 20th, 6 p.m. midnight CET, and then Tuesday they'll also have an event August 21st, that's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. CET. So that spectacular surprise, a lot of people are speculating that to be a GTX 1180. The 1180 is set to be released on August 30th. That is for the Founders Edition, and more versions will be coming on September 30th, followed by GTX 1170s and 1160s in the months to come. We've been waiting for 1100 series GPUs for a very long time, not only because we want new GPUs, but the idea is after these GPUs release, that will drive the price of the 10 series GPUs even further down, whether it be on your favorite e-tailer or on eBay too, because you know there's going to be a lot of people, because the 1170, 1160, and 1180 are coming, they'll want to sell their 10 series GPUs, and if you're okay with a pre-owned GPU, you can actually snag up some incredible deals on eBay on pre-owned GPUs after the 1180, 1170, and 1160 are released. So let's hope that announcement comes to fruition. Again, Gamescom is on August 20th, emanating from Cologne, Germany. Moving on from that, more EA news. Origin Access Premier has launched the amped up version of Origin Access. It gives you everything you got out of Origin Access, so you still have all access to Vault games. If you want to buy anything, 10% off. But buying stuff isn't really going to be necessary if you maintain your subscription, because you will get every upcoming EA game as a part of your subscription, and you will get them a couple days early. Madden 19 is going to kick off this trend, and this is the return of Madden on PC, so great to see that. I would love to see some future EA Sports properties to come to PC as well. Personally, I'm not super big into sports games, but if you could bring EA Sports UFC or something like that, I feel like that would definitely cater towards us, because even though EA's UFC is classified as a sports game, it's more of a fighting game, so it's definitely more up my alley personally. But I know a lot of you guys are excited for Madden 19, and I do want to go over the system requirements really quickly. Minimum requirements to out a CPU of an Intel Core i3 4350 or an FX 4330. Minimum RAM is 8GB, and then on the GPU side of things, you'll need a GTX 660 or an AMD Radeon RX 460, so relatively easy to run. Recommended side of things, kind of surprising, it's still recommending an i3 4350 and an FX 4330. Recommended RAM is 8GB as well, and then the only thing that changes is the GPU requirement. That is an Nvidia GeForce GTX 670 or an AMD Radeon R9 270X, so very easy system requirements. It's Madden. The games haven't evolved visually in a very long time, so I'm not surprised that it's relatively easy to run, but I know a lot of you guys love your football and to get a football game on PC, so that is definitely appreciated. And now some of you guys that are not from the States are probably wanting to chop my head off for calling this football, but hey, who cares? And lastly, one of my personal most anticipated Japanese games coming over to PC has been released today, Yakuza 0. And Yakuza is an excellent franchise that I've seen some people compare to Grand Theft Auto, and I don't get those comparisons at all. Yakuza is more of a linear, contained experience. If you want to compare Yakuza to anything, compare it to Sleeping Dogs, but even then, Yakuza is more contained than Sleeping Dogs. And yes, it does have some of its Japanese nuances, but even if you're not a big fan of Japanese games, I feel like this is a game you can easily get into. Very mature story, and best of all, it's coming at you at a great price, just $19.99. Unfortunately, there was a 10% off discount code if you pre-ordered it. Now that is gone. As of the recording of this video, I haven't had a chance to try out the game myself, but as you guys probably saw, I have some gameplay of the game up on my channel right now. Currently, the Steam reviews do peg it at mostly positive, 77%. It looks like some people are experiencing some issues, but for the most part, it does seem good. 86 on Metacritic, and it looks like it's not too difficult of a game to run either. Minimum requirements, as I mentioned in a prior video, relatively low at a GTX 560 and an AMD Radeon HD 6870. And again, that $19.99 price point, they absolutely nailed it on that. Hopefully this does well, and hopefully this opens the door to all of the other Yakuza games coming to PC as well. We do know that Yakuza Kiwami is on the way, and that is a remake of the very first Yakuza title. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is about to be released on the PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 4 is also seeing releases of Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 sometime down the line. And they got Yakuza 6 earlier this year, and that game was absolutely fantastic. On PC, I think it would be best if they escalate their way up the Yakuza game. So they started with Yakuza 0. We know that Yakuza Kiwami is coming. No reason, even though that Yakuza 6 is out and they can port that over, I really don't think there's any purpose in releasing that on PC right now. Work your way up. Do Yakuza 0, then do Yakuza Kiwami, Kiwami 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then do 6. I think that's the best way to introduce the franchise to PC gamers, because if you just drop Yakuza 6 on us out of nowhere, yes, I'm sure the game will do fine commercially, but I think it would be even better if you escalated your way up through the releases, because there are just some people that they're not going to play a numerically released game without playing the other games in the series first. So that's the best way I would do it. Who knows, Sega probably thinks they know the PC market better than I do, so they are going to do what they wish. And of course, we do need to see Yakuza 0 and Kiwami do well enough commercially to justify them even releasing those games. But if you look at Sega's past releases, you look at games like Valkyria Chronicles, Bayonetta, Vanquish, all of those games have done really, really well. It's not like they were incredible masterclass PC ports, but all you really need to do when you do a PC port, as long as the game is priced accordingly, with the 3 aforementioned games, they were all $19.99. With Yakuza 0, again, $19.99, my expectations are in line, and I think gamers agree with me that when you release a game at $19.99, we're not expecting the craziest PC port in the world. As long as the fundamental game works, hey, you're charging me $20 for the game, I'm expecting an experience worth $20. On the flip side of things, when you have games like Ys 8 experience a delayed release, being released at $59.99, and then being a broken PC port on top of that, well, yeah, you can't expect games like that to do well. But with a game like Yakuza 0, delayed release, but it's only $19.99, it looks like the PC port is mostly good. That is how porting older games on PC should be done, and this is the way that leads to the most amount of commercial success in my eyes. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. Remember, some of the older Battlefield games in BF4, BF1, they've got some free DLC. No reason not to check that out. Nvidia's gonna have a big presence at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. It looks like the GTX 1180 will be announced there. Hopefully that is the case. We really needed new GPUs, not only for the sake of the market, but also driving prices down. It would be fantastic. Origin Access Premier has launched. You will get EA games ahead of release, and you will be able to play them fully. $15 a month. I don't even think I mentioned the price. Yes, it's $15 a month, but you can sign up for a year for $100. And just think about it, for $100 for that year, you'll get Madden 19, Battlefield 5, and Anthem, and whatever other games they release in that period, and you'll be able to play them all. Alternatively, you'd pay $60 a pop, so this way you are saving quite a bit of money. But of course, you only have access to these games as long as you're a subscriber, so bear that in mind. Madden 19 will launch for subscribers subscribers on August 10th, so that is something to be excited about. And Yakuza 0 released today on PC. Make sure you give that a look if you're interested. That's gonna wrap up this one, guys. If you have a request for a future video, you can drop that in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.